Hello, my name is David Lane, and I am with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date's December 23rd, 2016, and I'm about to perform a video inspection of the main line of 2534 East Central Avenue here in Spokane, Washington. What we're looking at right here is the hub, the hub where the main line connects to the city sewer. Now, the main line is the one line that leaves everything in your house, ties together, and leaves your house in the main line, and the main line connects to the city sewer. I'm going to start pulling back. This main line is roughly 102.5 feet, and you will be able to tell the bottom of the line by where my light is at, and as well as by where the water is running. So the bottom of the pipe is in the left-hand side of the screen. I'm going to start pulling back. We're in clay tile pipe right now. The most problematic areas in clay tile pipe are the joints. Over time, the ground settles and the joints offset, as well as separate. You can see a little bit of offsetting here. Good news is the offset stair steps down, so the water just flows downstream, as opposed to stair stepping up, which you'll see later on. Here's a joint here that stair steps up, real minor. You can see the bit of water pooling. As the offset increases, the amount of water that pools becomes greater and becomes problematic for the line. Another offset, stair stepping down. Tile lines are laid in 2 to 5 foot sections, and over time, you know, the ground just settles. And here we transition from tile pipe to what looks like Orangeburg. Orangeburg pipe is a very problematic line. It has three life stages. It begins blistering, then it ovalizes, and eventually collapses. Where, you know, clay tile lines life expectancy is, you know, 100 to 150 years. Orangeburg pipe line life expectancy is 50 to 75 years. You can see a bit of blistering there on the right hand side of the screen. The reason these blisters are so problematic, you can see how the water has to flow around that blister. They become just obstructions in the line that prevent the flow of water and solid waste. When those things accumulate in one spot, it's just real problematic. It causes blockages and things. Got a bit of water pooling here. I'm going to continue to pull back, and there's another blister as well. That has to do with that blister right there is the reason why this water is pooling. Like I said, it obstructs the flow of water. We transition what it looks like back into tile here at 85 feet. You know, I'd pick tile over Orangeburg any day of the week, as far as if it was my own line that I owned. Going to continue to pull back here, passing 80 feet. Bit of a separation here. You can see how there's a bit of dirt accumulating here in the joint. You know, over time this just worsens and worsens, ground settles, like I said before. Continue to pull back. Today's date's the 23rd. We were out here December 15th and also December 21st. December 15th, the line was backed up. Sam Rodriguez cabled the line, got it to clear, and then we were called back out on the 21st. Samuel as well, he could not get the problem to duplicate, so that was a no charge. And then today the line was all the way backed up. I just got done cabling this line, and and I highly suggested a camera inspection to see the integrity of the line and find out what the problem was. So here we transition back into Orangeburg. You can see the joint is kind of offset where the tile goes from, where the line goes from tile to Orangeburg, and that's at about 75.5 feet. I'm going to start pulling back. You can just see the blistering. The minute we go back into the Orangeburg, you can see water should never be pooling in your line. Water should always flow downhill to the sewer. And here's a pretty healthy blister here. Right at the bottom of the line, you can see the water pooling here. We're at about 72.5 feet. Yeah. Blisters are very problematic. Also, you don't want to cable an Orangeburg line too often. You know, our cutter bits just tear the blisters right off. And what Orangeburg is actually made out of is compressed tar paper and wood pulp. And in 1941, when the war started, a man invented this stuff, and we thought we were saving money by saving our iron and going to Orangeburg, when really we were just putting a line in the ground that was going to have to be replaced, you know, in the next 50 to 70 years. Bear with me just one moment. We're at 65.5 feet. Sorry about that. I'm going to continue to pull back here. The bottom of the pipe is where the water's at, also where my light is, the upper right hand corner, top of the screen. You can see the minor blisters here and there along the pipe. I'm going to continue to pull back here just past 60 feet. Yeah, you can see some blistering here on the in the upper right hand corner, which is the left side of the pipe. Pretty blistered up right there. We'll continue to pull back here. Yeah, you can see where this blister actually got ripped up from what I'm assuming is my cable. You know, this is, you know, like I said, there's the blistering, ovalization, and then eventually collapse. And continue to pull back here. You can see the blistering there at the bottom of the pipe. Just past 47 feet. Other than the blistering, the line doesn't look too bad, but like I said, those blisters do prohibit the flow of water, and over time create blockages. Transitioning now, the bottom of the pipe is now at the left hand side of the screen. Again, more blistering. Pretty healthy one right there, just past 37 feet. Oh, and right here on in the top of the screen, which is the left hand side of the pipe, that's a extremely large blister there. It takes up about I'd say a quarter, maybe a fifth of the line. That was at about 35.5 feet. You can see the scuffs of my cable marks, and here's another pretty large blister here at 34 feet. Now we're going to go completely underwater here. I'm at 34 feet here. My camera lens is 1.5 inches thick, which that water is about 1.5 inches deep. You can see the blister there This is what I mean by the prohibit the flow of water. You know, any solids, toilet paper even, gets caught here, congeals, and over time can cause a backup. More blistering. There's about a 4-foot span, 5 feet even. You should never have standing water in your main line. And we're up out of the water. There's about a 6-foot section of pretty large blisters there. Here's another one. And another, and another. More blisters. You can see the water pooling. Going to continue to pull back. We're transitioning. Here we're passing 21 feet, 20 feet. You can see where my cable chewed into that blister. Passing in 14 feet. Transitioning from Orangeburg into the cast. Here. Where's a... We're at about 11 feet here. Looks like there's a large piece of debris in the line. Alrighty, I'm going to pause this video inspection. We're at 11.5 feet. Today's date's 12/23/16. I'll be back in just one moment.